G'day and welcome to Wine Week. I'm Danny.
And I'm Brad.
And this week we're going to do 2 wines and a book.
Yeah, look, we're not averse to doing things that aren't necessarily bottles of wine when they're talking about our favourite subjects. So we're going to kick off with the other Bible.
Yeah, come on.
This is James Halliday's Wine Companion. Now, you will recall we've done a few books over the journey. Most recently, we looked at the Big Red Wine book, solely focusing on reds. James here manages to cover close to 6,000 wines in tasting notes here, covering the full spectrum. Sparkling, white, red, sticky, dessert. 100-year-old wines are in this. Some of the great fortifieds that he ranks, even he gives 100 points to one of them. But look, Halliday's been in the wine industry for decades. This man knows more about Australian wine probably than anyone on the face of this planet. Puts that knowledge to use, tastes all of these wines, distills it down into this format that's proved successful year in, year out. It really is a must-buy if you are serious about buying your wine. So around $35, it's really worth the investment.
Yeah, and it is pretty good value at $35. It'll help you sort for the wheat from the chaff as far as James's palate is concerned, and let's face it, it's a bloody good palate.
It is a good one.
Something that he ranks pretty bloody highly, and I do too, the Brown Brothers Patricia Noble Riesling. Now, Brown Brothers only put Patricia on the front of their bottles of wine that score really, really, really well at wine shows. This one I got a taste before it had been designated as Patricia last year, and I was absolutely blown away by it. This is a ripper of a sticky. You know, some of the white dessert stickies, the botrytis style stickies, can actually be a little bit cloying when they finish off. This is actually really nice and bright, clean, fresh. Minimal alcohol, really, 8.5%. So, you know, it is kind of a bit lower than a lot of the kind of white dessert wines that we see in Australia. But it really freshens up. This would go beautifully with a fruit flan, something like that. And let me tell you, this, as I say, really, really impresses me. So I was pleased when I saw that Halliday rated it up in the 96 sort of range. And this kind of $30 we picked it up for, I think 35 is retail, and it's a ripper at that price.
Yeah, and these are those ones that in their little half bottles, you just put them down for a few years and they'll even get that bit more sort of honeyed notes and really yummy stuff. Right, we'll finish off with another wine, and this is some guys we've looked at before. They're no strangers to us, and with good reason that we have a look at another, because they're doing some good work. This is Teusner, and this specific one we're looking at this week is the Joshua. Now, this is a GSM blend. We've had a look at plenty of those in the past. Bit of a different take on this one here is that this is completely unoaked. So essentially what they're doing here is taking the best parcels of fruit from the Grenache, the Shiraz, the Mataro, popping it into the big vats, just letting it ferment, letting the fruit do all of the talking, and what you get is a lovely bright wine, generally designed as a drink now style, but it really does show off the quality of the grapes that these guys have got access to over there. And it's really reasonably priced as well. Mid-20s, you'll see it around the traps, and at that, for the quality of fruit that goes into this one, the guys at Teusner are really doing some good work. So the Joshua, worth looking at. The Avatar is the one that's got a bit of oak as well, similar style, but again, probably built more for the longer haul.
Yeah, the Joshua, I reckon, is a ripper Friday night pizza wine, and one of the reasons we did it is because their range rated so highly with Halliday. You look through, there's red ink everywhere about how special this range of wine is coming out of the guys at the moment. So well done, Kim Teusner, and thanks for looking at us this week. We'll see you all again next week.
See you next week.